Welcome to Season 2 of Quantum Childhood, a Tales from the Loop actual play podcast presented by Geek at Arms.
I'm Jacob H., and I'm playing Kevin Buford.
I am John S., playing Jomar.
I am Jacob M. I am playing Cody Wright.
I am Greg, and I am Berlin Parker.
And I'm Brian, I'll be the Game Master. Last time we had finished up with the hut building. You had stashed a hammer, and your hut has a hidden compartment or something. Is that where you were storing the hammer? So you didn't have to carry it around in the next activity?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have one bonus die from a sneak roll, which you will be able to use when the hammer is employed.
All right.
After the fruit break, the next activity in your schedule is knot tying, making tangles and ropes that serve a purpose.
This is how you do not make this knot.
What about snot?
Exactly.
This is the nose-picking seminar.
I'm confused. Okay.
You and me both,
You
my
are
friend.
recording good. You got all this recorded.
Yes. I
just
did
showed
keep
up to camp and I don't want to drown, so let's, figure out what we're supposed to not do.
All right.
Get it? Not do.
Wouldn't that be a knot top?
So, this is good old Chief of the Camp William, who is apparently Andy's grandfather.
Whoa!
And he gathers all of you and a few other kids who are interested up on a cliff above the swimming area and instructs you on how to make various knots. Some that seem complicated but are easy to untie, and some that are very hard that are almost impossible to get out of. Yes, indeed, he is tying some of you up. So
It's the
everybody
60s.
everybody make a comprehend roll first.
Nice.
All right, a bonus success.
Yay.
So then, Cody, unsurprisingly, takes to knot tying pretty well,
Oh, yeah.
as does Jomar, who he learns some of the really complicated ones. So, Cody, if you have a situation in the future where knot tying would be useful, you'll get a +1,
All
and
right.
Jomar will get +2.
Am I still upset?
I don't remember what you were upset about, but yes, if that's still there, then
It is. That was one of my conditions from last.
I think those were the conditions before we went to bed for the night. We went back to our cabin, and
Yes.
then we went back to the cabin, told ghost stories, and that should have reset one condition.
yeah, and most of you were able to reset exhausted.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
it.
so I
Yes,
shouldn't have
thank
that
you.
anymore. Okay, cool.
But we also didn't know what conditions we had because of chipmunks.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, so this all culminates. Well, first of all, is there anything that anybody particularly wants to do during the knot tying thing?
Oh, I definitely like to do a slip knot.
Slip knots are pretty easy, and you rolled so well, you're super good at them.
Yeah, I'm showing off. I'm like doing it over and over again. Is anybody impressed?
Oh, yeah. And you do that one that's like where you put a ring in the rope, and then you tie a couple of knots in it, and then when you pull it out, the ring pops off the rope inexplicably.
Yeah. And if it was the 2000s, I'd be doing it headbanging.
Your sister had one of those magic. She had dreams of being a magician. At one point, she had this magic kit, and you played with it and had that trick in it.
Nice.
Is Sarah still in our group?
Sarah, no, she is still sleeping off whatever Kim gave her.
I couldn't remember if she came with us to the building event or not. I know
Nope.
Sanjay's still with us.
Yes, Sanjay is still with you. So once you're done, this little activity culminates with making a rope swing and hanging it from a large tree that swings out over the water. Andy/Jomar, since you were showing off so much with your rope tricks and your slip knots, you're asked to test the rope swing.
Is Sanjay around?
Sanjay is around, yeah.
Okay. He'll be my test subject. Hey, Sanjay.
Yes?
you saw my rope tricks here, right? You're really impressed, right?
Well, yes, that's very, very cool. I like it very
Cool.
much.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to I'm gonna got this knotted up here. I'd like you to give me your best review and analysis on how well this rope is. Grab it and swing out across the water.
This isn't one of those knots that's going to inexplicably let go, right?
Better not.
Because it is a better knot, right?
It better not.
All right. So Sanjay, he looks doubtful, trepidatious, but
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
he trusts you and gets on the rope and pulls back and then swings out across the lake. And then it creaks and the tree bends a little bit, but then he comes back and he lets go and he drops back down on the ground and says, "Oh, yes, it worked. That was exciting. I do not want to do it again."
You were supposed to let go over the lake.
But no, then it would be he's hyperventilating a little bit at the thought of landing in that water.
Thank you, Sanjay. That was a really good test. Did well, didn't it?
Yes, I'm very, very glad that it did not let go.
Oh, you did great. I knew you'd be okay.
Well, that makes one of us. All right. Anybody else have any thing that they want to do with the ropes and the knots?
As soon as Sanjay gets off the rope, I want to take a huge swing and try to get in the water. Like I want to go up too, like I want to let go at the perfect
All right.
angle so that I can like fly up at the end.
All right. Give me a move roll.
All right.
All right. You do a great job. Perfect arc, way out over the water. And what kind of impact do you want?
I mean, I'm going to try for a cannonball because it's instinctive. I think it's not as spectacular as I was hoping because of my new size, but I go for it, and it's definitely spirited.
All right. So, kashploosh. And Anya is all wet.
Yep.
All right. So then that concludes knot tying. You all head back to the big tent for dinner. Tonight, it's what do you think we're having for dinner tonight?
Ooh.
What day of the week is it?
This is what, day 3 of the camp?
Corn dogs, right?
So it's probably Monday, I guess. Corn dogs, perfect.
Yeah, it seems like a good bit.
Yeah, corn dogs and
Mid-camp
tater
thing.
tots.
Yeah.
Corn dogs, tater tots, and since it's a desert, it does get kind of chilly, and so Kim, the nurse, is stirring up a big pot of apple cider, hot apple cider. And as dinner is closing down, of course, you've all got water for the main part, but she passes out the cider afterward. Sanjay picks the breading off of his corn dog. He's real enthusiastic about the tater tots, but all he eats from the corn dog is just the breading.
All right.
I feel bad for this kid.
And Tina, the camp cook, comes by and she says, "Sanjay, you really need to eat your proteins. You're not getting enough nutrients." He says, I'm very sorry, but I cannot eat the meat." But she smiles really big at Anya for eating up.
Yep, that's our Anya. She can put it away.
All right, so after dinner is free time. What are you going to do with your free time?
I think Luke and I are going to. Do we have a frisbee by any chance?
Yeah, you can come up with a frisbee.
Okay. The frisbee has Las Vegas Bay broilers. It was a team logo that a now defunct team. So it's on there, and so it was a real special one that the camp kind of kept up for. So, hey, Luke, you want to throw some frisbee with me, bro?
That's Berlin.
I'm
Sure.
sorry.
I'm just making sure he didn't forget who he was.
Oh no, I was actually looking at the map and looking at how looking that it's all nice and updated. I was thinking, oh yeah, we did. I was like, did we really figure all this out? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, I
just going,
decided to get some actual markers instead of the scribbles that were on there before.
yes,
Yeah.
thank you. My scribbles are not good. And then
But
you
I'm
like,
not
oh,
planning to throw between markers. This is just going to be kind of a small area where we throw the frisbee. I can't run that far.
No rocket powered frisbees yet in the
No,
60s.
not yet.
what about frisbee golf?
No.
I do
Golf
not
is
believe
actually
frisbee
against my
golf is a
religion.
thing in the 60s.
Because
It's of the devil.
60s as long as it's a thing in the 80s.
Although maybe I'm wrong. I don't know the history of frisbee golf.
Well, it just leads towards Satanism, so we're not going to do it.
1927.
Oh, well, there you go.
And then it got more popular in the 70s. So yeah,
All right.
yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, we're actually just throwing it back and forth. If you're okay with that.
That's fine,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I want to keep my religion intact, so we're good.
All right.
I mean, we can do like between the leg kind of throws and jump up in the air and catch it, and kind of crazy stuff like that. If you want, you can do some somersaults while you're catching it, or whatever. That's fine with me.
Well, the frisbee is like a brand new thing, actually, in 1969. So, the other kids are familiar with, you throw the thing, but all of these tricks that you're doing, this advanced stuff from the future, they're really impressed by that. Oh man, yeah, go Andy. Jim starts trying to mimic you, and he's getting pretty good at it, doing the under the leg thing.
Yep.
He keeps trying to hit you in the back of the head, though.
That I cannot figure out.
All right. Since this is time spent together just having some fun, go ahead and everybody can remove one condition if you have one. We'll count this as hideout time.
Are
And
the other friends of ours interested in playing with us, or are they in another area?
which other friends specifically?
That'd be the Anya Cody and the Kevin Karen.
I'll play a bit, but I want to use it as a pretense to eventually to go see if anything's happening with Sarah.
He wants to smack you in the face.
That's cool. So you're going to let us know that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go change it on my wet clothes before I run around. And on the way back, I want to check on Sarah.
So, frisbee to the face?
Wow. Dude, really?
Merciless.
All right. So you go over to the main building.
Hopefully you won't feel it tomorrow.
And actually, Sarah was at dinner.
Okay.
So you went by and you found out that she'd woken up, because you would have probably changed your clothes before dinner,
Fair enough.
so that you didn't have to sit around in wet shorts. And so you checked in on her and found out that she had woken up and gone back to her room. And then she was at dinner, but she wasn't talking very much, and she wasn't. She was just trying to avoid everybody.
Okay.
Even her friends who were trying to talk to her, she just shake her head and kind of withdraw on herself, hunch her shoulders up.
And she's older than us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So with free time over, the night falls and it's time to go to bed. You're all feeling pretty tired after your escapades today, and you sleep quite soundly. In the morning, Jomar wakes up and finds himself saran wrapped to his bunk.
Okay. Hey, Luke. You awake?
I don't think I'm in your bulk.
If I recall correctly,
Hey, Luke. I'm going to yell louder.
Yeah, I'm in the same book as I'm in the same building as Sanjay.
Well, then I guess I'll just lay there until someone doesn't know that I'm not there. For breakfast, I mean.
So you're
Yeah,
stuck
who's
there
around me? Who's around me,
for a
Brian?
while. Apparently, everybody else woke up and just left you there,
Oh, nice.
and you're you're stuck there for a while until eventually Jim comes back from taking his shower and brushing his teeth, and he laughs at you and cuts you free. Ah, man, I got you good this time, didn't I?
Oh, did you?
Well, who else do you think it was gonna be? Really? Come on, man.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man.
All right, come on, let's go. Let's
And
go
I
get some
just lick my
breakfast.
finger and I put a 1 in the air, looking at Jim.
So yeah, I know it's coming. Bring it on, man.
Oh no, it's not coming. Don't worry, it's not coming. All right. Did we? Is it what time is it? Is breakfast over?
No, it's you're just in time to get to breakfast. You don't have time to get much of your morning routine done, but you got time to get to breakfast.
Oh, that's fine. As long as I
Yeah.
can eat a little bit, I'll be good.
I've got a question. Did he use the like consumer size like width rolls of saran wrap, or like did he get a hold of the industrial kitchen
Uh,
width
he
ones?
he apparently just swiped something from the camp kitchen, so it was like consumer
All right.
type saran wrap. They don't they just shop at the regular grocery store for camp supplies.
All right. So they don't have the fun giant ones.
No, unfortunately, it wasn't shrink wrap because that would kill him.
Oh yes.
Well, my face wasn't done. It was just my whole body.
Well, the shrink wrap contracts when it gets heated, and even the heat from your body is enough to do that. I had a friend who very nearly lost a hand
Oh,
because
Yep.
he thought it would be funny to wrap it in shrink wrap, and then it started contracting.
Yeah. Don't underestimate the. I don't know what kind of force that is.
Yeah, well, it's
interesting.
quite a lot if you put six layers of it on there.
Yep.
Oh, so this was a 6-layer job,
Well, I don't
or
know
could
how
have
many.
been,
Yeah,
but whatever was left in the kitchen. So, okay, yeah.
over in the what do we got the Jackrabbits cabin. Sanjay seems a little withdrawn today. He doesn't seem to be talking very much, and he's usually you know pretty chatty with Luke, but today he doesn't seem to have much to say. He goes on out to breakfast with everybody.
Hey, Sanj, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah, everything's great. You get to the breakfast, the big tent, and he loads up a plate with sausage and eggs and some hash browns, little ketchup for the hash browns, and brings it back to the table.
Sanj, what's going on?
Breakfast?
Sausage is meat.
Yeah, so
Since when?
I think sausage has always been meat.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, he kind of looks at his hands a little and says, "Oh, hmm. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'll skip the sausage this morning." He kind of just pushes it over to one side of the plate.
Hey, Andy, you want some more sausage?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Sanjay looks a little crestfallen when Andy spears those sausages over onto his own plate.
Thanks.
Getting through breakfast, clean your plates, clean up. And I think that the next activity this morning, you are orienteering.
At least we'll know which way to face now, right?
So this is for pretty much everybody in the camp. Everybody's gathered up outside the big tent, broken up into teams, and each group gets a map and a compass. And you're sent out into the rocks to find some checkpoints. And whoever gets back first is going to get a prize, whichever group.
And did we all finagle our way into a group together?
Oh, I'm sure you do, yeah.
All right.
Oh, I hope so.
Do you want Sanjay in your group too?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, and Berlin, are you tipping us off about what you think's happening, and if so, how?
I think we kind of discussed some of that a couple of weeks ago. Especially like when it happened to Sarah.
Yeah.
This is just the topic was just me thinking a little bit more of like, but no concrete proof yet, and
Okay.
gone crazy like Sarah did.
All right. So you're not telling us anything that happened at breakfasts.
You were there.
Yeah, you. I think you all sit together now.
Oh,
don't
we're
you?
all sitting together now. Okay.
Cool.
Sorry, that was the missing link in my mind.
Yep. Did Anya and I have a contest on who ate the most sausage?
I don't know, Anya, did you?
Yeah, no. If I was there, I'd definitely be like, you're offering it to Andy. Try to snag one.
Oh, and I'm cool. Yeah. As long as it was just one, wasn't any more than one.
Well, if you're having a sausage eating contest, then I'm going to need a body roll from each of you.
Oh dear.
Okay. All right. Is that move body or force body?
Just body.
Body. Gotcha. Oh, let's see.
I mean, I guess you could force.
Well, no, I don't necessarily want to force it. I just want to see if I can out-eat her.
Well,
Yeah.
the conclusion from the table is that it's a draw. However, Anya, at the end of it, is feeling a little ill.
Yep.
This body is definitely not used to eating that much.
Yep. Proportionality works like that.
And we
That
can
and
kind of
she's
tell
got
that she's. I'm sorry.
Eating disorders.
Anya, are you doing okay? You feeling okay?
Yeah. No, it's not as bad as the first day, so I
Okay.
think I'll be all right.
All right. If you need a moment, just say so.
Oh,
All right, so then heading out into the wilderness, everybody do investigate checks, please. Wow, 5 successes. That's pretty good. All right, so you're making just good time in getting to these checkpoints. Scrabbling around in these rocks is pretty tiring, especially for Anya and Karen. Well, Karen's okay. Anya's the only one who's really underweight and easily tired out.
mm-hmm.
What about Foje?
He seems to be unusually adept at navigating the rocks. You wouldn't expect, he seemed a little clumsy before, but now he's got an economy of motion that you're not used to seeing from him. And speaking of Karen, I haven't heard anything from Jacob in a while. I notice you're muted. Are you still with us?
I am. I'm just a little sneezy.
I understand. Just wanted to make sure we hadn't lost you.
Roger.
All right.
Wait a minute. So we have a new player named Roger? Just kidding.
Yeah, they're
Victor.
sitting over there. Don't you see them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's my warlock, but he doesn't get till later.
Nice one, Jacob.
Something I'm curious about. Kind of like lead up Karen, Andy, and Cody a little bit further ahead of Sanjay a little bit.
We go ahead of him, or we leave? We walk behind him.
We get a little bit ahead of him, not like far ahead of him, just far enough that if we like kind of whisper to each other, we'll be able to hear it, but he won't quite.
Oh, okay. All right. What are we whispering?
Do we want to ask him when he's from?
Oh, definitely
Yes.
we do.
Yeah. Don't you think it's weird that he doesn't think it's weird?
A
I think
little
it's
bit.
weird.
A little bit. But we just went along with it too at first. Besides you.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Hey, Sanjay, catch up to us for a second. We got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
When are you from?
His eyebrows go up. He says, "Aha! Which one are you?"
You first. We figured it out.
Okay, well, he points to himself, says, "Jana."
Do we remember who Jana was?
With
Jana
Click?
was your friend with the robot Click.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
There's four of us. Who do you think we are?
Well, I figured that once you said that, I was kind of trying to play it cool and make sure that I didn't blow your cover or whatever. But I can't tell which one you are because you don't look like yourselves.
I'm Berlin.
Okay, Berlin.
I'm
And
John
I'm
Marr.
and I'm Cody.
All right, and that makes you Kevin. Great. Okay. Okay, so what's going on?
We're trying to figure out the same thing.
Yeah, it's like a couple days ago, you guys started acting really weird. And, I figured it out eventually, and you all thought that you were in like the 60s or something like that. Some, and, some of you are kind of freaking out. The guy in your body, Jomar, which you didn't really change all that much, actually. I mean, like physically. But
Thanks.
yeah, I mean, he was the one who was kind of put together the most and keeping it together. But I figured it out. Well, it took me a little bit to figure it out, but I figured there's some kind of a mind swapping going on, Freaky Friday thing. So yeah, so
Wait.
when it happened to me, wait, what?
So how long have you been here?
Just today.
Oh, okay.
Just today.
Yeah, yeah. I swapped this last night apparently. I guess, and I
How did it
woke up.
happen for you?
Well, I went to bed just like usual, and then when I woke up, I was in a totally different cabin, surrounded by boys, which was interesting.
No weird dreams, huh?
No, no dreams.
No colors, no sounds, no
Just
saran wrap.
I heard about that.
Oh,
Uh,
you did. That's funny. Okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we all knew before you even got to breakfast.
yeah. That gym kid was talking about it in the bathroom. Anyway, so yeah, I woke up and then I figured, okay, well, I got mine swapped, so I must be back in the '60s, and so I started kind of just watching people and seeing who was going to react weird to me. I didn't figure I'd be like with you guys right immediately. I figured I'd have to look for you.
No,
So
no, no.
totally great news that we were already friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Berlin, what was your tip off, man? Because I wouldn't have figured this out.
Sanjay's a vegetarian.
Yeah, I didn't
Sorry.
figure that out until I guess I'm Indian or something.
Yeah. And he's a good kid, so I'm sorry, but please respect that for him.
Well, I hope he's doing okay back where in my body. I hope he's not doing anyway.
Was there anybody else who started acting strange yesterday?
Yesterday, that was Peter, a kid from your cabin. He was well. First, he was kind of freaking out a little bit, but then he was like totally different because like I swear half the people didn't even know his name before, and now he's bossing everybody around.
Yeah, mean
Kind of
girl.
annoying.
Gotcha. Yeah, mean girl.
Yeah. Anyway, so do you have you figured out anything about why this is happening yet?
Not really.
Nope.
There's a time anchor. We'll explain that part later, but there's going to be three of them most likely.
Okay. Let's see, you had a bonus success on your investigate, Luke. So while this conversation is happening, you notice a little bit of gravel tumble down the rock little ways behind you. And you look that direction and you see just like the top of somebody's head, just their hair ducking back down behind the rock.
Hey, you over there.
Dude, I was going to sneak. Why are you hollering at them?
By the time we sneak over there, they have time to run off. If I call them out, they know we
Do
know
you
we're on 'em.
realize who I am? I could have gotten over there.
Yes, Jomar, you could have gone over there.
I'm Andy.
Exactly.
Okay, whatever.
I'm
All
the
right.
big one of the group.
You're good. Call him. Call whoever that is. That's fine.
All right, so you hear some shuffling around and gravel crunching, and it sounds like somebody's running away.
Chase him.
Okay, so now you want me to chase him.
No, I'll chase him.
All right,
Well, we'll both chase him.
anybody who wants to chase, give me move rolls.
We'll chase.
Right.
Just move.
Yep.
Okay.
4 successes.
Okay. So after all that talk, Andy's the one who gets left behind. Looks like.
Yep.
Uh,
Because my shoe came untied.
Karen and Luke and Anya take off into the rocks. Andy realizes his shoe is untied. Sanjay just sitting there says, "I guess I'll wait here." Who has the map and compass?
I don't think I did.
Do we want to roll a d4?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I did either.
It looks like Karen/Kevin has the map and compass.
Okay.
Luke pulls out ahead, bounding through the rocks like nobody's business. Karen and Anya are a little slower, and they get ambushed. 2 bigger kids pop out of the rocks and try to wrestle you to the ground. So I need both of you to give me force rolls.
Yep.
No, who is this?
You and Anya/Cody.
Do I get a plus since I've been hanging out with a Vietnam vet?
You do not.
Okay, force.
This is kind of the opposite of guerrilla warfare.
All right.
Are we able to see this happen? Me and
Yes,
what's
but
her name?
you're a little too far away to intervene.
Just give us a chance. Go ahead.
So they try to knock you down and grab the map and compass, but Karen is a little bit more than they were capable of handling. She may be a girl, but she is tough. And of course, she's got Kevin inside, which would usually be a disadvantage, but in comparison to Karen herself. But he acquits himself well, and you manage to land a couple of blows, elbow in the nose or something, and somebody's nose is bleeding, and they run off into the rocks. Meanwhile, who was in front? Oh, yeah, Luke, you have caught up with, we'll say it's Roger, since we brought up that name before. Older kid named Roger, who was apparently acting as a distraction for the ambush. And he's like holding up his hand and says, hey, man, I don't want to fight or nothing. It was just going to be a prank. We're going to try to grab your map and get to the checkpoints first. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. And he's kind of just backing away.
Well, it looks like they've left you behind already.
Jomar, you've tied your shoelace and come up behind Anya and Karen. And the 2 guys that accosted them are trying to get away into the rocks.
Yeah, run. That's what I said. Run.
They do. They
Y'all
skedaddle.
okay? Everything okay?
People have some weird ideas about what pranks are in the 60s.
Oh, trust me.
Must be said.
Trust me. Karen, that was amazing. I love that elbow.
I do my best, Mr. T, and say, I pity that fool.
Love it. That's great. So can we catch up with Luke now? Y'all want to run up there real quick?
Yeah. I'll reconvene.
All right. So you managed to gather yourselves back together. Did you want to just go ahead and hit the checkpoints and get done with this?
Shouldn't we hit Roger first? I mean, Karen's got some mean elbows.
Roger has retreated up into the rocks too. They're You have
All right.
overcome the bullies.
Lucky. Yeah, let's use our map and go where we were going to go to do some exploring.
All right. So as you are,
And
there
is this
it is.
taking us towards any of the points we wanted to check out?
Well, that's what I was just taking a look at.
Okay.
Uh, so you get to roundabout here-ish. Um, you have an encounter. So you find the next checkpoint. Grab your little flag. When you turn around, you're orienting to go to point to the next one. You suddenly see this fellow. This guy, he's looking a little crazed. He says, "Oh, I was watching. I was waiting for. I am um um uh I'm Miguel.
What?
Yes,
But
Miguel?
you're also already here.
yes. It's a problem. I we've met. Yes, you know me.
Briefly.
We will
From
meet.
the junkyard?
The junkyard. Yes, the junkyard. The junkyard where I built
Our
the
teacher?
things.
Math?
I was a. I love the math. Yes. I don't remember. You're not you, but I can help. I can help. I know. I know things.
How long have you been here?
Not long. I left. I left, and then I came here looking. I had to find you, and you need to find the helmet. My helmet. You remember my helmet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You are the other you are wearing it.
The other me is wearing it already? That can't be right. No, the helmet is not with me. No. Which me do you mean?
No, you're right. You're right. The helmet isn't here. But explain this problem. Why don't you just talk to your old self?
No. I mustn't because of paradoxes and everything will wreck.
All right. No need for math, man. It's okay.
Haven't you seen nondescript time travel film from the 1980s that involves going back to the 1950s and you can't meet and you can't talk to your former self?
I'm not sure. This doesn't seem like Cody's speed.
This These notes are about as jumbled as Miguel's personality is.
Poor guy.
So yes, you have to find the helmet, not the one that I brought with me. I have that here, and he pulls out the helmet that you have seen him wearing before. He says, "No, the I have the helmet in my room. No, in her room. It is in the safe. Find the helmet and bring it to me, and then I help. It's very important. It has to be hidden for the future.
Wait, what's wrong with the helmet you have already?
I have it, but I have not been given it. I have to get it so that I can have it now."
I'm just looking around. I'm looking at
We find the helmet that exists now that isn't the helmet from the future. Give it to the Miguel of the present so that way the Miguel of the future can have it.
Yes, that is what you need to do.
Okay. Miguel, how do we find the helmet?
I have it. It's in my safe. Not my safe, me, the other me's safe. That is,
Oh.
but not the me that not the Miguel here, but the me here. I am not Miguel.
You're Mr.
Okay.
Hernandez.
You are who? Who are you?
I don't remember. I was I was doing something. I was making experiments, time travel, and there's a terrible terrible future, and we have to stop the future. And um, the only way is to to get the helmet so that I can stabilize and remember things and work on the solution, and then come back here to get the helmet so that I can stabilize. I have said this.
I look over at Anya, then I look over at Luke. Okay, who would know who he is without us asking who he is so we don't tip anybody off?
Uh,
Because
I,
if we don't know who he is, then how are we going to find the safe?
I remember I was here. I was at this camp when I started the experiments here, pulling minds from the future and putting them in other bodies to try and stabilize the time loops. And then something went wrong. I don't remember. And then I was also in the future talking to myself and performing the same experiment and building the machines. But everything, this is where everything went wrong. And when Miguel was here, he became me because I I am not Miguel,
Miguel? Okay, you're not Miguel.
not Miguel.
Okay.
Who am I? I
Well,
was.
wait a minute. Okay, you're not Miguel, but yet you know all about Miguel.
I know Miguel from the time in the asylum until I found the helmet again, and then I could think like me again. But Miguel is somewhere else. I don't know. He must be in me. Yes, that's the only thing that makes sense. Miguel must be in me in the future. I am I am very old.
When you
Um,
say and when you say safe, though, you mean like a safe, like
yes,
dial and
a,
everything.
a locked box in a bedroom. Was it my room? Someone else's? It must have been my room. It was my helmet, so it must have been in my safe.
I think that drastically narrows down how many people it can be.
And I remember mixing the drinks to make you sleep.
Yep.
Yes. So you find the helmet and you bring it to me here so we can hide it away so that I can Miguel can find I as Miguel finds it later so that all of this can start again.
Okay.
wait, I'm trying to remember my dream now. Did my dream include a woman,
Let me
or did
look
I
at the
just see
dream.
us?
I believe the only person that you saw was Anya.
Okay,
Um,
all right,
yeah, you just heard the music change
yeah,
and you saw the mirrored wall.
that's right. Just checking.
In fact, I've got that whole speech in the notes there.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, just there's clearly there's no clear connection between the dream and what I'm seeing now. That's all I was wondering about.
Right, I didn't want to give you too many clues too early,
Yep.
lest you skip to the end.
Mm-hmm.
I could put my guess in chat just cryptically.
All right. So, what next?
I
Oh
don't know,
boy,
guys.
thanks, Sanjay.
Hmm?
That's what I was going to say. We're here.
All I heard was you said something about Sanjay, but I didn't catch it.
I said, well, boys and fake Sanjay.
Oh.
But and then I was changing my mind about what I was going to say, because I was going to say what I was thinking before the encounter. But now, because of the encounter, I'm kind of thinking something different. I say we win the contest.
That's that's about the only plan that Cody's happy with. Otherwise, he and Jacob are confused.
I was going to say, we have free reign to explore in daylight, and we could check out the places we wanted to check out, but I think getting back to camp the fastest would probably be a good way to do it, because if we do that, then we can check out around camp and maybe try to find the safe.
Yes, this is true.
Let's win this.
Okay. You find the rest of your flags, get back to the camp, and you are not quite first.
Oh,
You're a few minutes late because of your encounter with this guy in the forest. Miguel / not Miguel.
old man Miguel.
Right, who slowed you down a bit. So you don't get the prize because I didn't want to try and come up with what the prize was. It's
So no
something-
contest.
something stupid that you would have had to leave behind anyway when you warp back to your real bodies.
Oh yeah.
Double fruit breaks for the rest of camp.
And so that takes us to lunchtime. Unless you have something in particular in mind, lunch is uneventful.
And what is served for lunch this time? Do we know?
What do you think it ought to be?
So what day is it? Next day, right? Tuesday?
Yes, probably Tuesday, I guess.
Tuesday? Okay.
Tacos are for dinner.
Lunch. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That works.
Yep. Maybe
And
some crackers or chips or something for crunch, but
And it's not meat, so Sanjay can eat.
Well, now that you know Sanjay's new identity, she's not going to be trying to stay undercover very much. She's like, no, I'm going to eat the freaking sausages next time.
I think we should also do something nice for the real people.
Since you're poisoning them and
I was just going to say we should write them a note being like, yo, hey, sorry I had your body for a few days. This is what we did to it. I'm sorry for any scrapes and bruises we left you with.
Anya, you may now be dating Andy. We're not sure.
Yeah. The camp thinks you are, but we haven't really done anything to dispel those rumors either.
okay. We are friends. Really, really good friends. My goodness. I'm really going to have to work on you, Berlin. Luke, whatever your name is.
I'm not the only one saying it.
I don't care if anyone else is saying it. You're supposed to be my bro.
I haven't brought it up in a couple of days.
But you've been thinking it. I know you.
Well, it's something hard to forget.
Okay. All right. No harm, no foul. I get it. Can I have your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, please? Or are you eating it?
Why wouldn't I be eating it?
Well, I don't know. Do you like peanut butter and jelly?
Who doesn't?
Well, that cat doesn't. No, I'm kidding.
One wants to play, the other one doesn't.
Oh, there's still
Wait a minute.
Discord.
Are we supposed to be on Discord?
My little kid, who is getting very big.
So, do we see, Brian? Do we see Miguel in the tent around lunch or somewhere around the tent, or
Yeah, he's
he's like the
circulating
Miguel
with-
Miguel?
Right, the young Miguel who is supposed to be here at the camp.
Yeah. So we can see him.
Yep.
Okay. What is he doing?
He's just kind of circulating around, making sure any arguments that are flaring up are getting taken care of. Just keeping peace and making sure people are getting enough food. Doing regular camp counselor stuff.
Okay.
near the end of lunch, actually, you're on your way to your next activity, which is going to be sprints in the parking lot in front of the main building. And Andy, you're passing this big boulder on the side of the parking lot, and you hear someone say, "Psst, Andy, hey!" And you look over that direction, and you see somebody who looks a little familiar, and it takes you like a few moments to figure out why. You're pretty sure that that's your dad, like Jomar's dad.
Wait a minute. Like in '69?
Yep, a much much younger version of your dad. You've seen pictures of him at that age, and it certainly looks like him.
Okay, wait a minute. But he knows Andy.
Evidently,
Okay. All right. And what was my dad's name again?
Mark.
Oh, yes.
I'd even ask, so what's your mom's name?
I can't remember.
I have that somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh,
Diane.
Belinda.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Brian, you're saying now, was he to my right or my left?
In my imagination, he is to your right.
To my right. Okay. And so I want to kind of look over and kind of do one of the, those upwards head nods, and then kind of look around and walk over unassumingly.
All right.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah. Your granddad isn't around somewhere. Yeah.
It is not.
Is he?
Well, the last time I saw him, I thought he was up above the building where the medical ward is. I thought he was up that way on the other side.
Other side. Okay.
I bet it's been probably 10 or 15 minutes since I've seen him. I don't know. I didn't see him during lunch.
Okay. Have you seen Joan? Do you know where she is?
That's a good question. I'm going to look around, and can I see if I see her?
Make a contact roll.
Okay.
We'll let the dice decide.
Yep.
You look around and you see, indeed, Joan. And now that you're thinking about the way things are, you've got your dad here, who you know from the future, and you look at her and you realize, oh, hey, that's actually Joan Sheedy.
Oh my word. Okay, so I'm feeling really uncomfortable right now, but I'm really trying to hold it together. And I'm like, Mark, what's up with Joan?
Well, we're kind of dating. I mean,
What?
I was just trying to sneak in here and see her for a couple
Oh,
hours.
okay. Um, okay, cool. I'm sorry. I thought maybe you had been talking to Belinda recently or something.
Who's Belinda?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. Wrong conversation. I was talking to a buddy of mine about Belinda.
Oh,
I think
okay,
he's like
whatever.
really into her or something. Okay.
So,
Do you want me to try to get Joan's attention or something?
oh, hey, yeah, here. He hands you a folded up note. Says, just slip this to her.
Okay. And I'll take it and I'll put it in my left pocket, not my right pocket.
Okay.
And so, is everything cool? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, man. You're
Okay. Yeah. I mean, do you want me to give it to her now or later or when?
well, yeah, like soon. I mean, I can't stay real long. So.
Okay. Okay, man. Okay, Mark. Okay, cool. I'll go and see if I can kind of slip this to her.
Great. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And he slips back off through the rocks.
Okay. So I'm gonna head over towards. So I'm turned around. Am I going back towards the lunch tent to get Joan? Where was she? Because I know I saw her, but I'm not sure exactly where she was.
She was lining up for the sprints, so she's out in the big gravel lot in front of the main building.
Oh, sweet.
She's
Okay.
going the same direction you were going.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of make a beeline towards her.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. And and I'll just, hey, Joan.
And she looks around and she says, "Oh, Andy, hey, what's up?"
Hey, hey. Oh, not much. How's it going today?
"I'm good."
Cool, cool. And I'm going to kind of like move towards her, reach into my left pocket, and just kind of like, almost like I'm going to bump her, but not. And I just like, check this out. Like, I'll just say, check this out. And I'll put it like in her hand.
Okay.
And then I'm going to kind of walk by her. Hey, have a great day, Joan. I'll see you later.
Yeah, you too, Andy. All right. So she looks at the note, and then you notice partway through the sprints that she has mysteriously vanished. Okay.
This is really weird.
I was hoping that you would pursue that a little bit more in the previous mystery, but oh well.
Well, I'm on the fly now, man.
Because it could have gotten even more surreal.
I can only imagine.
Sprints go pretty much the way you'd expect. Andy is very fast, and you're kind of enjoying the peak physical condition that he's in and being able to run so fast. I mean, you run fast normally, but it's mostly just because you're a big guy,
Yeah.
got long legs. But he's actually a runner.
Oh wow. That's
All right. So then that was after lunch, then fruit break.
Oh, did we have the little peach cups for fruit break?
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay.
They're kind of even like oversized ones. They're not like the little tiny dole ones, but they're
Yeah, no, not the little ones. And they've got a like the prize is there's a little bit of there's a couple of slices of cherry in them. You just got to find it,
right.
right? Okay. All right. It's
All
like one
right.
of my favorites for summer camp.
So after that, we'll do a little bit more relaxing activity, and you're in a group of kids that are just reading aloud from say Robinson Crusoe, and it's kind of lame, but it's nice to be able to just sit down and not have to be running around and working and exercising quite so much. Anybody who wants to roll charm or empathize might be able to gain some support from the other kids.
I just lean over towards Luke and I say, "Wow, you really miss Dostoevsky, don't you,
Yeah, crime and
Luke?"
punishment is maybe a little bit much for most of these kids.
I know. I just want to see what he'd say. I didn't get a response, so I guess he's maybe falling asleep.
Wait, was that addressed to me?
I was muted. You missed my whole joke. Oh my gosh.
Are you
no.
serious? Were you muted?
I
No,
made a
Kevin.
whole
Sorry, Jacob. I was trying to get Greg to say something.
I did, and as I went, nobody's responding. Oh my gosh, I'm muted. I was writing an email, and I'm muted.
Dude.
I'm muted so you wouldn't hear the keyboard. I forgot on it.
Okay, what is the joke? Come on, you got to
Give us a
tell us now.
response.
Yeah, he was one of the greats, one of the legends. How do you know my old baker?
Okay, there you go. Yeah. All right. Okay, that was a good play. Good play. Oh man.
Like, oh my gosh, I was muted. Like a great joke, and I was muted.
Fortunately, I can cut that in the correct order in post.
It cut out my whole comment about writing an email.
Well, yeah, that probably won't go in there.
Jacob, you're gonna have to keep an eye on Greg now. He's trying to double dip.
Okay. So story time is done.
So can we see Miguel from where we are?
You know what? This is the kind of thing. Miguel is probably leading this, and he is still not real great with English at this point.
Okay.
So he has a little bit of a hard time with the reading.
All right.
All right. So then after story time is dinner, and then after dinner is free time. And what do you want to do with the free time tonight?
So in this area of summer, remind me, camp, early, mid, or late summer? I cannot remember that.
Uh, I'll say that this camp is probably early summer.
Oh, early summer. Okay, so the days are pretty long.
Yes.
Okay. All right. For me, I'd like to kind of lean over towards the girls and, hey, are we pretty close together in a little group for
Sure. Yeah.
free time? Okay. Do we want to go and try to find that, explore that place that we were looking at a week ago?
The hatch.
The hatch. Thank you. Anya, Karen.
Yeah, I'm I'm down with that idea. Seems like a good way to make forward progress. Because yeah, man, it's just so confusing. Whatever's happening, I just want to get out.
Yeah. Do we want to try to do it during free time?
Sure. What's the worst that could happen?
We could get lost.
We have a map and a compass.
Like I said, we could
Yeah.
get lost.
Have
Okay.
I led you astray yet?
Okay, but you don't have the map and compass. Karen does.
And you
So
missed
yes,
the
sometimes you have led us astray.
Yes. Okay. Good.
It's okay, dude. We're good. We're good.
Quantum Childhood will return after this word from our sponsor.
What if your reality could be anything? With Sentry's Mode 6 Neurocaster, it can be. Step into a universe without limitations. Watch Earth rise from the surface of the moon. Soar through the skies on your own wings. Feel every moment. See every detail. Live every experience. Upgrade your life. Upgrade your world. Upgrade your reality with the Sentry Mode 6 Neurocaster. A new reality is finally within your grasp.
All right, so you are headed out into the wilderness to visit the hatch again. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, we'd like to. Yeah.
Okay. I was expecting you to have done this last night. So,
You mean last night, or last night?
well, when you were playing frisbee.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So let me think for a moment. So when you get out there, you find that the lock has been replaced. Apparently, whoever it was that came out here earlier found that there was a bobby pin jammed in it, and the remains of that lock are on the ground nearby. Looks like it's been cut through with a pair of bolt cutters.
Cool.
The new lock is not quite as sturdy or nice. It's a little rusty and flimsy. I presume that you brought that hammer with you, yes?
Yes.
All right. If someone would like to make a force roll with a +1 for the hammer.
I can if nobody else
Yeah.
wants to.
I'm not good with rolling, as everybody knows.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Smash!
So you smack that lock and knock it right off its hasp, and you can now open.
Awfully nice of them to put a easier to break lock on it for us.
Well, you ruined the first one, so I guess your tinker failure worked in your favor eventually.
Yeah.
All right, and so the way is now open.
I proceed.
Yeah.
We're going in, right, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Yeah, let's go then.
Okay.
I'm not hesitating.
I'm following you.
All right, so you go down. There's a little bit of a landing area immediately inside, and then down a set of stairs, and through a door, and then you come out into a place with 8 bunks, 4 on each side, and then just beyond that is a room with these long counters, and there's a bunch of electronics equipment, but it's really old school stuff, vacuum tubes and that kind of thing.
So, like from the 60s.
Right. It looks like an old sci-fi movie, the kind that you get to see on like a Saturday evening that the TV stations could broadcast for free. Just beyond that, you've got kind of an industrial restroom, showers and bathroom, and toilets. The place is lit with lights that are in like those kind that are kind of in cages up on the walls, very yellow.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And it's unusually cool in here. It's like it's got some kind of industrial. Uh, and I can see Craig is testing my scale again.
You didn't make this one, I don't think.
Would it be somewhat musty or dank?
It's maybe a little like dusty, but it's very dry.
Oh, very okay. Okay.
Whatever climate control they've got in here. Of course, it's in the desert, so there's not a whole lot of sources of moisture.
I just didn't know if it was like really deep underground and maybe there's a little bit of moisture in the air. Okay.
And whatever climate control is going on seems to be dehumidifying also.
Oh, sweet.
And so then there's more stairs going even deeper. And the kitchen area is got a lot of like stacks of like vacuum packed fruit, packets of what looks like protein powder or something like that, freeze dried stuff, just that will keep for a long time, doesn't need refrigeration. And then presuming that you go into the next door that you find, is that what you want to do?
Sure. Do we need an
so.
investigate roll or anything like that?
No. There's
Okay.
nothing that's really hidden here.
Oh, okay.
You might need like comprehend or calculate to understand when you go into this room. There's a lot of computer equipment, and there is this weird, like it looks like vines growing up on a window into this examination room. It's kind of tinted, but it's covered in these vines, but they're not vegetables. They're more like electronic. They've got wires in them, and they're made out of metal, and they're growing or were placed on the glass, and they're on both sides, and they're kind of there's like glowing pulses going through the tendrils. And then looking out into the examination room, you see those 4 beds there, and they've got like restraints on them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some lights overhead, and like some kind of electrodes that might be stuck to heads or something like that, like you see in movies about people getting their brain scanned.
Is there any goo or bodily fluids on the beds?
No, you don't see anything of the sort. There are some. There's a tray off to one side and some syringes,
No.
but they haven't been prepared or nothing's been put in them yet.
Are there any journals or stacks of papers or like manuals or something that we could look at?
Give me an investigate check for that, please.
Okay.
Dang. Okay. And actually, and roll one more d6 because you're inside the hatch now that you opened with the hammer.
Okay.
Let's see exactly
Right.
how many.
Okay.
Also
So one
clues you
more
could get.
d6. Hold on. All right. Let's see. /roll 1d6.
Okay, so just 3 successes.
Okay.
You do find some notes in the control room.
Okay.
If you want to ask me, I guess 4 questions.
4. Okay. What threats can I perceive here?
You think it's pretty likely, based on the information that Cody gave you, that you were in this exam, or at least the bodies that you are currently in were in this examination room, strapped down. This 2-way glass that you're seeing here was the mirror that he looked at and saw Anya in.
Okay.
And chances are pretty good that whatever is doing the mind swapping happens in this room.
Okay. what is hidden here and where is it?
All right. Well, you've got the notes, and this is what you're looking at.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember.
Would they detail anything that I could understand?
You can't understand it, but I believe you looked at some notes that were in the boathouse in the 80s.
Yeah.
Although you didn't really understand a whole lot of it, a lot of the equations look familiar, look like they're the same, and the handwriting matches.
Okay.
And now that you're thinking about it, something that it was kind of tickling at your head back then or in the future, time travel is weird, is that those notes were supposedly written by Miguel, and yet they've got a distinctly feminine look to them,
Okay.
which isn't necessarily, conclusive about anything. I know a guy at work that has very girly handwriting,
Right.
but
But yeah, there is a sense of a more finesse to the writing.
right.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's not. Oh boy, I don't know how to ask this. How can I get into, out of, or past where with what I'm seeing and what I'm remembering and whatnot? Is there any way that we're going to be able to get past this and get back home, get
Okay.
back to where we were?
All
What
right.
will it take
So,
me?
based on the information that you've gathered, I will go ahead and make explicit what you've already guessed. It seems very likely that Kim, currently camp nurse, later camp leader, has been the one performing these experiments. If her handwriting and Miguel's handwriting are the same thing, or are similar, she has apparently somehow managed to swap her own mind into Miguel. And so, if the Kim of the future is in Crazy Miguel, then probably getting him slash her the helmet might help him to operate this machine because she built it and she knows how it works and she'll be able to swap you again as long as you're dealing with the Kim of the distant future and not the Kim of the current past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So last question. I think I'm on my fourth question.
Mm-hmm.
And with your permission, Game Master,
Permission granted.
I want to alter the second question slightly, and you just tell me if you'll. I mean, if you don't want to answer it because you can't, that's fine. Does this mean that we should be able to trust Kim to help us?
You don't have you don't think that you can trust the Kim, the original Kim of 1969 to help you. Whatever experiences that she went through from the time that she managed to move her mind into Miguel has apparently changed her, whatever her objectives are.
Wow.
And she is now trying to stop herself from doing something. But you don't know when that's going to happen or what state she will be in when it
Okay.
does.
Thank you, sir. Wow.
Yes. One other bit of information, specifically related to your hammer blow. Since that lock was replaced, you can be fairly certain that original Kim knows that someone has been poking around this bunker. Just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, Luke.
Yeah.
So I think these notes are written by Kim or
Yeah.
somebody with handwriting like hers. I don't get the equations very much, but this looks like the stuff that we saw at the boathouse, and I don't think maybe she and Miguel did some swapping, and um, I think she knows that we've been here. Um, I don't know. This is getting really weird.
Is anything ever not weird around us?
Well, yeah, Anya being able to put down all that she's put down during breakfast and lunch, that's not weird.
That's not weird to us. That's weird to everybody around us.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Kieran, Anya, Cody, Kevin, what do we do?
Janice says, well, it sounds like we probably ought to try and get into the safe. Did you figure out where the safe was?
So,
Oh, I'm sorry, I just realized that was me too.
Yeah.
It's got to be in
well,
Kim's
somebody
room,
want
right?
to take one for the team so we have an excuse to get up there?
Well, she's evil, right? We can just kidnap her.
This is going to get into a weird morality thing.
But we're in the 50s or 60s.
We're in the 60s.
So legally, the statute
We're
of
also not,
limitations.
but we're also not us, so it's not like there's a statute of limitations. We're just going to mess with 5 people. Yeah, 5, 6 people. We still need to check up on Peter, see how he's doing as Sarah.
Well, and all we have to do is make clear that it's not actually these people, and then they have no consequences.
And I also stand by, we should probably definitely leave a note for the real people, and that way, like, we don't have to explain to them what happened. We could just let them know, hi, Luke, it's Luke here. Yeah, so for the past few days, you've been acting really weird. People are going to think strange things of you. Be nice to Sanjay.
I'm sure 20 years from now they'll be very happy when you finally come forward and try to
No.
actually happen.
Like, stick a note under our pillows.
Yeah,
that
the notes are fine, but I was thinking of the legal ramifications where these poor kids will have to spend the next 20 years with this hanging over their heads.
Kevin's been writing in a Karen's diary. He's been diarying his time.
Awesome. She will definitely not be committed at any time in the future.
But, that's a good point. Temporary group insanity might be a good way. Just kind of knock him out and raid a room.
So you mean we're going to do like a flash mob?
My original idea was just somebody take one for the team, have a reason to have to go see the nurse, and while they're seeing the nurse, then we figure out what we have to do after that. 'Cause I can't remember.
Okay.
Nurse's quarters was Kim's room, right? Or was it 2 separate rooms? Yeah,
Well, I know that Sanjay would want to take one for the team. I just know it.
Well, Sanjay's not here right now.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
We all know Brian wants his character in this story.
At least I get to stop doing the Indian accent.
I was really digging it. I mean, come on, dude.
The Scottish.
You want me to try and do Jana trying to imitate an Indian accent?
Okay, now that'd be
Yes.
epic.
I don't
answer to
think
that
I'm
yes.
capable of that.
You're the one who offered.
Maybe with a little cough medicine. Maybe it'll help you.
So yeah, so somebody just has to take one for the team, give us an excuse to get into Kim's room, and then we somehow get Kim out of the room, find the safe, and take the safe with us whenever we had to huddle our way out. Just like kind of walk out in a group and just kind of have it between us all.
You keep offering this, Luke, as an idea and looking at us, but I think that you're really just saying that you want to take one for the team and that you'll be the one to do this.
Well, if nobody else volunteers, I thought somebody might want to.
Well, the only one that was convincing the last time was Anya.
Thank you.
Oh, it was a great performance.
Well, if we want to try and break into the safe, maybe we should try and get her away from her nurse's station instead of getting her into it. Do you think?
Okay. So I think that you're saying that something's going to happen between Luke and I to make her come out of there to check on us so that y'all can sneak in there is what you're saying?
Something like that, yeah. Who's good at picking locks?
We have a hammer.
safes are usually kind of hammer-proof, aren't they? That's the point. I mean, we need like a safe cracker.
We have an old man, Miguel.
You think bringing the homeless guy into the camp is the best move?
We don't have to. We can take the safe to him.
Well, you could hog tie him up and like drag him in there and say that we were putting him in a holding cell for the police to come, but not really keep him.
That seems even worse because the adults will definitely take over at that moment.
Yeah. Okay.
The GM would like to point out that if anybody has a chance of opening the safe, it's probably Cody. A chance.
I have a chance. Yeah.
There's also the possibility of finding either key or combination through sneakiness or whatever.
Still sounds like Cody.
Now, that could be Berlin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sneaking, not my strength.
Do we know anything
you could
else?
turn loose Kevin and try and charm it out of her.
Yep.
Don't know how that would work.
I like that idea.
Oh, that sounds like the best possible thing to do.
Yep, I'm all for that. So we just have to get Kevin in the room then.
Yeah, especially with Jacob not feeling good tonight. That's going to be interesting. You okay? Are you okay to do that, bro?
I'm always okay to try.
Okay. All right, let's do that.
All right. Well,
'Cause I really didn't want to like kick Luke in the legs or act like we were fighting or something to get the nurse out there. I don't want to get involved.
All right. Well, I presume that you return to the camp and do your best to like close up the bunker behind you with now 2 broken locks.
Yeah, we set it to look like it.
Yeah, I also think we need to have this be ASAP because if they come back tonight and find another broken lock, it's probably definitely not going to go well.
Right. Okay, so you get back to the camp. It is almost time for lights out. What is your plan?
We could, let me look at the map. So like we could try to hide in the shelter.
I say we do it in the morning.
Where's the shelter?
Your the hut that you built?
I don't look on the map. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's not really on the way to the hatch. So hiding out there isn't super
Also,
useful.
you would be missed at lights out by your counselors.
Don't you think we could get the nurse out of her room better at breakfast than anything else? No, I was
that's
just
true.
trying to
Actually,
think of it.
that's a good point. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
All right.
Wait, what time is it? What time of day is it right now?
It is very late evening.
We do have the benefit of night and all the other pranksters going around, you know? So, deep cover.
Yeah,
True.
All right.
Because
That is a point.
this is in character. Remember when my dad had that hernia? I'm not totally sure what it is, but I think I can fake it.
Okay. I'm game if you're game.
No, wait. What is my goal here? To distract her or to get information?
yes.
So
Either or.
if you're going to be hurting and doubled over and really laying it on thick, is she going to want to examine you or check you out in her office where we need to be? We got to get her out of her office.
Okay, so we run up to her, say, "Hey, Nurse Kim, there's a kid we think broke their leg over there on the other side of camp. Only someone with medical training could run over there."
Okay. So you're going to be the kid with the broke leg?
Oh, okay. Here's, you're an innocent child, but there is no kid with a broken leg. It's called a lie.
Right.
Well, fiction writing, that is.
Yeah, stretching the truth. Okay, I get you. Creative license is what you're saying.
I mean, we could break a leg.
Whose leg?
I mean, you've got 2.
No, maybe Sanjay's, but no, not mine.
Sanjay?
Dude, I gotta run
I'm going
the
to
race
nix that
tomorrow.
idea. I volunteer Roger. How about that?
Yes, that's a good idea.
So see, this is Nancy Kerrigan would have happened by now, right?
The what?
The Nancy Kerrigan thing, was that in the 80s?
That was in
Was
the
that the 90s?
90s.
Okay.
90s. Yeah, the 90s.
So
What was
Jana
that?
won't make a reference to Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah, that was the 90s, man. Whew.
I couldn't remember.
That is why Kerrigan is the Queen of Blades in StarCraft.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Huh.
That's why she becomes the Queen of Blades.
Okay. Wow.
Wait, what is this? That
Do you not know the story of Nancy Kerrigan?
Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah, she was a figure skater, champion figure skater, and Tanya Harding, her rival, was jealous of her and wanted to try and take the gold in the Olympics. And so I don't remember if she was actually in on the plot or not, but her,
Tanya?
yeah.
Oh, big time. She's the one who hired everybody to do it.
Yeah.
Well, it was her ex-husband that actually carried it out, right?
Yeah, but yeah, she manipulated everybody
Yeah.
into it.
Ambushed Kerrigan and broke her leg with like a crowbar or something like that.
Yeah, a piece of metal, kind of not really a
Wow.
baseball bat, but something like that, like busted her kneecap multiple, like big time.
Yeah, that was just craziness.
Yeah. We don't have to go that far with Roger, but something similar.
wait, Roger's not a real person, right?
Roger was one of the bullies that was trying to steal your map and compass.
Oh yeah, let's break his leg.
Okay.
That's where everybody jumped on that. And the rest like, eh.
Okay. So this is turning a little dark, but who's going to maim Roger?
No, we're not going to maim Roger. We're going to have creative license in maiming Roger.
Oh, so you're just going to tell her that Roger is maimed without actually hurting him?
Yes.
Okay. I'm more comfortable with this plan.
Yeah, we're not murder hobos.
Yeah, no, this is not like Seven Samurais or anything.
All right. So Kevin is going to talk to Kim and try to get her across the camp to investigate imaginary Roger. What are the rest of you doing?
What are we doing, Cody?
I feel like it depends so much on what the outcome of that is.
So we've got to, as soon as Kevin's able to get her out, we've got to be able to get in there, right? Because it's all about timing.
I mean, I guess that's true. Yeah, we could all try to get into the room. That way, we can force the issue.
Well, I'll look out, and whoever's good at getting in the room and trying to find that silly safe and open it up, that's who needs to be in there. I'll look out.
Okay.
Because I guess I can help open it up. If it's not obvious, I won't be the best to look for it.
All right,
though.
so
Are
we'll
all the
have-
activities over? Are all the
yeah, all the
activities
activities for today are over.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
Gotcha.
let's start with Kevin/Karen's charm roll.
Okay. Can I use my cardigan?
Afraid not. Nope.
Well, what I'm gonna do is smear some ketchup on it so it looks like there's blood. So it's actually helping me.
Okay, +1 then.
Okay.
Let me take a look at Karen's.
All right. One success.
Okay. So what do you say to Kim?
I run up to her, my cardigan ketchup stained, blood. And I'm like, Nurse Kim. What was the guy's name? Roger. You know, they snuck out by, let's see, where's the edge of the woods? That's like at least a half-mile walk.
You probably, I mean, you could pick pretty much anywhere in the
Oh, that hut. Everybody knows about the hut,
Feet.
right?
I did not scale this map properly. Yeah, out by the huts. That's fine. That'll take her
Yeah,
a while
okay.
to
I'm
get
gonna
there
be
and
like,
back.
Roger and the guys were out by the hut, and Roger fell, and the blood, his leg. Oh, the horror! I tried using my Girl Scout abilities, but I mean, look, and I showed the cardigan ruined.
All right, it's Karen, right? All right. Well, lead the way. Show me where they are, and we'll get this. Hang on just a second. I've got to go up to my room and get some supplies. She goes into the
Oh,
main
okay,
building, and a couple minutes later, she comes back down, and she's got her medical bag with her. She
all
says, "Show me
right,
where they are."
all right, and I'm like, yes, and we start off in that direction.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you have got a few minutes. Andy, where are you going to station yourself?
So we need to go upstairs to her room, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go up the stairs and I'm going to stand just past the top of the stairs, kind of leaned against the wall, like I've got a cigarette in my hand, and I'm kind of like kicked back, like I'm cool,
Okay.
even though I don't smoke. So
All right.
It's the '60s. You might smoke. Andy
well,
might
I mean,
smoke.
yeah, I mean, as
You
long
never
as I
know.
guess it helps me run faster.
Right. That is definitely something that cigarettes help.
Yeah.
But you know, the Marlboro Company is at this point trying to tell people that you should smoke for better health. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There
it's a
we go.
stimulant.
All right, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to set up my cool pose.
okay.
They're just past the top of the stairs.
And Berlin has stepped away for a few moments.
Okay.
Hopefully, he will be back soon to offer up a role of some kind. While he's looking around the room, though, Cody, why don't you go ahead and start seeing if you can try and crack that safe without his help? Maybe you'll get lucky.
All right. We'll find out. Just make a tinker at no modification.
Yep.
All right.
Nice. All right. So
That's one.
Berlin is looking around, trying to find. It's one of those safes that's got both a combination and a keyhole, so that you could use either one. And he's looking around for
Sweet.
the key or a note with the combination on it. And you're feeling, pretty clever. You saw this in a movie once. Actually, you saw this in an episode of T.J. Hooker, where he was like, there was somebody that had like a stethoscope. You don't have a stethoscope, but you stick your ear on the safe, and you're working the thing. And would you know it? You
Mm-hmm.
actually can feel those tumblers, like just a little vibration through the dial. And lo
Yeah.
and behold, you open that sucker up.
Nice.
You open it up, and sure enough, inside there is the helmet. It is not quite the same as the one that Miguel had before. It doesn't have the aluminum foil covering. Oh, he's back. Give us
Okay.
either an investigate or a sneak roll.
Investigate or sneak. Can do. Let's do some investigation. Yay.
All right. So you're pulling out drawers and looking in things, and you find a small brass key, and you pull it out, and you're turning triumphantly to Cody to say that you found the key, and you hear click, and he opens the safe.
As long as it's opened in the end.
So then, do I have description? Right. So the helmet looks like a bicycle helmet, but it's got electrodes on the inside and like grooves of copper wire and lamps on the outside, all sealed in place with like stuffed fabric. So it's like kind of a puffy thing, and it doesn't have the gold foil protection on it that you saw before. And anybody who cares to, actually, either of you that are in the room, give me calculate rolls.
All right. Here we go. Math. Nope.
All right. Based on previous encounters and looking at this thing, you think that maybe that this helmet is somehow stimulates the brain. And maybe if Miguel gets it back, he might be a little bit more coherent. So you have the helmet. Kevin, what excuse are you going to give for not having an injured person at the end of this trek?
When I'm getting pretty close, I'm just going to totally collapse. And I've got some ketchup stored up on my stomach, and I go and I like smoosh it all in and be like, my hernia. And start hysterically screaming.
She turns back to you and she shines her flashlight on you. She says, Karen, are you? Wait a minute. What is going on? This is not blood.
Oh my goodness, it's not?
Her eyes narrow and she says, all right, you. And she grabs you by the arm, pulls you up, and starts marching you toward the northeast.
Okay. Wait, northeast. Where's northeast? Uh-oh.
Is that up here?
That will be on that trajectory, yeah.
Oh boy.
But y'all guys are already coming up on the plan, so I'm confident I'll be fine.
This is going to get weird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing?
Well, you've. I imagine that Anya and Luke come out of the room with the helmet in hand.
Oh, cool. You guys found it. Cool. That's great. We probably should go find Karen, right?
I mean, guess I
I
we
mean,
need her, right?
What's going to happen
To
if
take her
Kim
back.
finds out that Roger's not hurt?
Well, if we want to get Karen, then I guess we better make sure we get Sarah too, right?
Yeah, right?
Don't we need everybody we want to swap?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I can't go into the girls' cabin at night, so.
Yeah, is Sarah in our cabin? Or
Yes, she is in a different room in the same.
Just in a different room.
The same barracks.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm the only one who can go get her. And I'll try to meet up with you guys.
All right.
Does that make sense?
So Anya is going to the barracks to grab Sarah / Peter. I keep forgetting Jana.
Yep.
Jana is with you.
And those are the only ones we know of.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's presume, we'll skip forward a little bit, that you gather what crew that you have. What is Karen / Kevin? Are you cooperating with Kim, dragging you off to the hatch?
Yes, because she doesn't know I got a water balloon in my pocket filled with hot sauce.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Seriously?
Ooh.
There's no rules in the 50s.
60s.
All right, so you've got everybody that you know was mind swapped and the bicycle helmet.
Yep.
Where are you going next?
Oh, wait. How are we going to find Miguel? Did we arrange to meet him anywhere? Or are we going to need to find him being a woodsman?
You could go to the last place that you saw him. That's probably the maybe track him from there.
Because we'll need to get him at some point. So I guess we got to start there. But first we're going to realize that Karen isn't in camp anymore, right? Because we don't know that she's getting dragged to the hatch.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, I guess we're looking for Miguel, though.
Okay. Everybody give me a sneak roll. Except for Kevin, because he's somewhere else.
Maybe if you sneak real good, you can
Wow.
get away from her.
All right, so you are slipping away from the camp. You have a run-in with camp leader William.
All right.
Luke, what is it that you do that helps Anya not get caught?
Okay. Yay. guessing I'm a little bit in the front as usual. So I see people coming, kind of dive down a little bit, and when Anya doesn't notice them to make the proper hide, kind of the whole little tactic of arm around the abdomen, hand over the mouth, and just kind of pull into the bush or shadow.
All right. So you managed to get right behind some scrub right as William's flashlight goes over the spot where Anya had been standing just moments before. He's doing his usual rounds around the perimeter, making sure nobody's skulking around as you are. And eventually he goes by and you make your way off into the wilderness. And you get up to where you met with Miguel before. And once you get there, you find that it's not hard to find him because his camp is just a little bit further on and he's built a fire. Oh, actually, no, that is incorrect. You get there and you see a glow, like the remains of a fire. You go and investigate, and you find that his little shelter that he's built there is been torn apart. There's a backpack that's been ripped open, and clothes are strewn all over the place. And then you see that there's tracks leading off to the northeast toward that hatch. So at this point, we are in extended trouble. This is the final confrontation here. So Karen is down in the hatch, and well, actually, we'll say Kim is pulling you down into the hatch. At what point do you want to begin your resistance?
Ooh, okay. I don't see them, right?
No, you have no idea if they're coming behind you or what. I'll tell you that Kim's intention is to strap you to one of those examination tables,
Okay.
but you can intervene with her plan at any point, even to the point of actually being strapped to the table. It's up to you how you want that to go down.
I want to be like partway in the building and then just whip out my water balloon and just slam it in her face.
All right. So up at the top of the stairs or what?
I want to see if she's pushing me down first or if I'm going behind her.
Right. Well, she has you by the upper arm, and she's going to try and shove you ahead of her down the stairs.
Oh, okay. So when I'm like right here,
Perhaps.
I'm going to do a flip of a sort and then rotate it right into her, the water balloon right into her face.
Okay. So give me a force roll to smack her in the face with a water balloon.
Okay. That's not
Filled
a
with
good
hot
idea,
sauce.
but okay. Let's do it.
Actually, before you make I forgot we're in extended trouble. So what skill are you wanting to use during this scene?
I want. Could I use contact? Because as I'm doing this, I'm also shouting for help.
Okay. So contact for Kevin. Jomar, what skill are you going to use in this scene?
And we're not to the hatch yet, right?
Timing on this is going to be up to whatever plan it is that you want to come up with. You can arrive. Well, Kevin is starting his deal at the top of the stairs, so you're going to arrive when they're there.
Oh, we're going to behind them.
Yeah, so you arrive just after them.
So we don't see them go into that. We wouldn't see them go into the hatch. Okay.
Up to you.
All right. Wow. So
you can see the signs of the struggle because Karen's not going.
So I'm going to use a
peacefully.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm gonna use a force. I'm gonna try to rush Kim because I'm concerned about Karen, and so I'm going to try to use this force skill against Kim.
Okay. Since you already know the layout of the bunker, your threat level is 3 times your number, so you only need 12 successes. Cody.
Yes.
What skill are you going to be rolling?
Between force and move, I think move. My goal is to get past her to the, like, with the goal of getting to the examination room first.
Okay. And then what about Berlin?
Investigate gives me the best chance of actually succeeding at something. I can't think of a good way to use it, so I might have to go with something else, which will probably be sneak. Kind of like that same thing of just try to get in and around a little bit faster. But yeah,
Okay, so you're rolling sneak then?
yeah.
All right. Okay, so first round of rolls. We'll start with Kevin's contact roll.
Okay. Oh,
Yay.
So we got a total of 10 dice. You got one success so far. Jomar's force roll.
Okay.
One success. And you put in bonuses. Was that from your previous
So
investigate check?
that was the note.
Was that
Huh?
your investigate check?
No, that was my force body skill. I have a 2 in there. Is that not what I was supposed to
Well, no,
do?
that's correct. I was just wondering what the bonus dice were.
I don't know because all I did was put a 2 in the where in the box.
Okay, that's what you did. When that pops up, that's additional dice that you're adding to the thing.
Oh, well, let me re-roll.
No, don't
I'm
re-roll
sorry.
because you actually did have bonus dice from your big investigate check. Remember? So actually, roll one more because you had.
Roll one more. Okay.
Was it wait?
Give me.
No, you had 3 successes from that, right, or 4?
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. One more. 1d6.
No. What you already rolled is actually just perfect.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
You accidentally rolled exactly what you're supposed to.
Great success.
Cody, make your move roll, please.
Yes, sir.
Move 10 with 0 so far. And Berlin sneak. 7 dice for 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So after the first round, Kevin shouts something. And as it happens, Miguel is down there. So he will enter the fray at some point.
Nice.
Jomar, you were going to bull rush her. Was that your plan?
Yeah. What I was trying to do was whichever side Karen was, because I couldn't remember which arm and which way. What I was going to try to do was like rush her kind of like at hip level to see if I could knock her off balance.
Okay. So you knock her into the wall, and she does indeed let go of Karen, who then slams that water balloon full of hot sauce at her face. Cody is trying to slip by, but there is just too much congestion in that stairway right now, and you can't quite make it.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and get the rest of our characters here. Luke and Karen. No, Karen's already there. She did not get cloned. So Andy has bull rushed here, knocked her into the wall. Anya trying to get by and can't. And what is Berlin doing? You got 2 successes.
Yeah.
So you actually did manage to slip by.
Yeah. So if I slip by, now I have a good use for investigate.
Well, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Sneak kind of counts as an investigate also sometimes.
Yeah.
But whatever it is that you're doing in there, it's your sneak roll that's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, just kind of sneakily try to like trip her up whenever she gets in here.
Okay.
So that's right. That will leave me with 5 dice to do that with.
All right. So, first of all, Kevin, do you have luck, or are you too old?
Oh, I have 1 luck, I think.
Let me double check
15?
for the rules. I think that at 15 you don't have any. But I'm going to double check that just to be sure.
Well, we need to do it as our younger selves, right? Not our older selves.
No, your minds are still your minds, the age that you are.
Okay, play it hard. I get it. Just kidding.
Luck points. Yeah, 15 minus your age. So at age 15, you have 0 luck.
Ooh.
So you don't have the option of rolling luck anyway. Cody, though, I think is only 14, right?
Yeah,
Right. So you can roll luck, and you already did.
I already did. And I
So
got one
that
success.
gives us 1. So
I'm
after
15.
that,
I don't get any luck.
right. And I imagine Berlin, having already 2 successes, doesn't want to roll luck.
No.
How many are we at?
So that takes us to 1, 2,
How many do we
5 out of
need?
12.
Oh, 12.
You need 12. So then, do you want to take a condition, Kevin?
Yes.
All right. Which one are you taking?
I'm taking injured because I've slipped and fallen slightly.
Okay. Then click that reroll button.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
That was worth it.
So that was 3 additional successes, I think, if that's right. So you reroll for 9. You kept the one. Yeah, so that puts us at 9. Jomar, would you like to take a condition?
Oh, yeah. I'm taking a condition of upset because I momentarily forgot that it wasn't Cody, it was Anya and, Andy. You know the whole story. It's a soap opera. But anyway,
All right.
no comment, Berlin. All
So
right.
what you have?
So yeah, but when I saw Karen being taken, I was like worried that one of my friends was really good. So yeah.
So you get
What do I re-roll?
just roll 76.
76.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Nice. 2 more successes. So that takes us up to 11. We're getting really close. Cody, you rolled luck this round. So then, Berlin, would you like to take a condition and roll more dice?
Yes,
You get 5d6. In which condition?
I'm thinking. Not injured or broken. Not scared. Nothing scares me. Ha! So I'm upset as well. Like, this has been going on for far too long. It's been going on for like 20 years at this point. And they just need to stop it.
All right, that's the last success needed.
Nice.
Yay.
All right. So then, this is mostly, actually, we need to have Miguel has fought free of his bonds thanks to Kevin's inspirational, hey! He appears at the bottom of the stairs. Kim has been smacked against the wall, hit with hot sauce, and she reaches into the bag that she has with her and pulls out a gun. Miguel sees this and shouts at her, and she just drills him. He's gut shot. And that, of course, enrages Jomar, who flings her up against the wall so hard that she is knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Miguel, as he is shot, he reaches out and he grabs Berlin. And something weird happens. You just like your perceptions get warped. And it's like you're jerked out of your borrowed body. You're on a cold metal floor in a cave or a chamber or something. And there's this tall ash gray tree filled with blinking lamps and cords. And it stretches up toward the ceiling. The air crackles and the smell of ozone stinks in your nostrils. And there are these large silvery soap bubbles filling the air. You hear a rumble above and then a moment of silence before the ceiling breaks up and there's a rain of dangerous scrap metal and water rushing in. There are blue flashes running up the tree, and it gets warmer until the room explodes in a glow of brilliant light. Back in the bunker, you hear a scream that turns into "No, stop!" From the other room.
Oh, joy.
And you get in there. Everybody goes. Old Miguel is still cradling his gunshot wound, and young Miguel is strapped into one of these tables, and he's shaking in his bonds, his eyes looking at the room. He says, "Where am I? Here? Where is here? Must stop everything." And then he faints. Old Miguel is looking at his younger counterpart in shock and confusion. Jana comes down the stairs, kind of pulling Sarah/Peter behind her, and she's got the helmet. And she goes over to Miguel and gently puts it on his head, and the lights light up, and his eyes slowly clear into lucidity. He says, "Yes. Oh, this is much better. Oh my goodness. Ah, yes, I remember. I remember now. This is the start of the loop." He leans up against the wall and slides down, cradling his gunshot wound. And you can see that there must be an exit wound on his back, because he just leaves a smear of red down the wall. And he says, I don't think I'm going to make it, but please let me help you to send you back. We must send you back immediately. Okay, all of you, these devices, put them on your heads. Quickly now.
There's only 4 slabs. How many devices are there?
There's enough for all. Why is there another loop in here? For all 6 of you.
Dude, I don't know. I was getting more confused as I went along.
Miguel pulls out enough of the headgear. He says, "There's enough for all of you. Each of you, put these on."
And apparently we dragged Kim in here as well.
Yeah, well.
I'll put mine on, I guess.
Sarah is still very confused and is just going to go along with whatever it is that you want to do.
That's me and her are the same way.
Jana is industriously, helping anybody who needs assistance. And you get your things set up. Miguel operates some of the equipment in the control room, and you see these blue flashes go up these vines that are on the mirror. And your senses distort, and you don't wake up in this room. You wake up in an ambulance.
All right. In what body?
In your own bodies.
Okay.
Over the course of the next few hours, you're poked and prodded, and the paramedics seem to be reasonably satisfied that you're in okay health after your ordeal. And someone has postulated that you had some kind of epileptic seizures due to exposure to contaminated food at the camp. They're hunting around for the camp leader, Kim, but she is apparently nowhere to be found. And so you are returned to your homes back in Boulder City, mostly none the worse for wear. Some investigation after the fact into the events of 1969. The newspapers say that some kid brought a gun to the camp and somebody was shot and killed, but the identity of that person was never discovered, and so it all just kind of evaporated. Have any of you changed? Does this make you see the world in a different way at all?
Oh, I think definitely so. I mean, we've been to the past.
Yeah.
Change.
We went to the past, then we went back to the present.
And to quote Bill and Ted, the best time to be is now. And the best place to be is here.
All of you participated, so each get an experience point for being here.
Yay!
The problems in relationships of 1980s did not really apply, so.
They did not.
I don't know. Well, we
I
had
learned something new about my dad.
Yeah.
That's true.
Is that worth an experience?
Yes, it is. And the experience of participating in somebody else's life. We'll start with Kevin. Did you learn any new perspectives having been Karen for a while?
Oh, I feel like Kevin's going to be more sympathetic to all the ladies.
All right. Give yourself an experience. What about Cody?
I have learned that I need to rely more on other people and less on my own embodied abilities.
Okay. And this experience of being in Anya, particularly the consequences of her eating disorder and you suddenly overeating, Does that give you any new perspectives on people?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's where it's coming from.
Oh, okay.
To give you it's I have an understanding that there's a lot of variance in people's limitations and capabilities.
Oh, okay.
Right.
What about Berlin? You were kind of the popular guy for a little while.
Yeah, and with great power comes great responsibility of making sure to take those that are less popular or even looked down upon, Sanjay, and making them feel included and involved. That's me for the most part on the day to day, but it was an interesting take seeing it from the other side.
All right. I suddenly realized that I forgot to account for prides in the confrontation.
I didn't.
Did you give yourself an auto success for your pride?
Oh no, I forgot that part for it too. But it's just kind of going through the conditions. My pride is literally nothing scares me. It's so going through the conditions was I'm just going to rush through this.
But I think that applies that you don't necessarily have to have made the roll in order for the prides to apply, so you can count that.
Yeah, I stood next to a guy as he got shot.
Jomar.
Yeah, I definitely used my pride, being the guy everyone can depend on.
Okay, well that's worth it.
I used it at least a couple of times.
Cody?
I didn't use my pride, I don't think. So, and I think based on what I learned, I think I'll have to think about what it'll be. But I think it's going to change to something a little bit more abstract.
What about Kevin?
I don't think I used it.
All right. Oh, I had not looked at your new problem.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wrote it in there. I'm not sure how good.
Interesting.
So if I look at my problem from the 80s and I met my dad in 69 who was interested in another girl, is this going to fry my brain for a moment?
Well, that's up to you.
Or it could give you somebody to try to track down and see if she's still available for your dad.
Well,
no, I want to get the family back together again.
Things might be a little complicated there.
Yeah, really complicated.
In case you didn't pick up on it, did you pick up on who Joan was, Greg?
Sorry, no, I did not.
She was the rancher and technical support person that you met in the
yeah. Your dad doesn't have a chance with her.
So a little complicated.
Yeah, I'll be right back again.
Okay. So we covered everybody's pride, yes? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've covered all of our questions. So once again, increasing a skill costs 5 XP. And that closes us down. Did we have any remaining questions here? Everything seem kind of clear? This one had a lot of moving parts, and I wasn't sure if I got it all.
I may need to re-listen too.
Yeah, I definitely was along for the ride in several places.
But like I said, I liked Cyber Yggdrasil, and also I was thinking about did this game come out? It came out before Tenet, right?
I think so, yeah, because Tenet was last year.
Yeah, right? Not that time loops are like super novel, but the ending reminded me of the ending of Tenet.
And the fact that this is a little bit of double mumbo jumbo because we've got at least 2 kinds of time travel.
Yes.
In this scenario.
Yeah.
Plus the third kind that was introduced in the first campaign. So, but yeah, having 2 different time travel mechanisms in the same mystery is probably not the best idea from a storytelling standpoint.
So
right.
I think maybe I just missed it, or maybe it wasn't in the text super clearly. But so the physical time travel worked through the portal that was being maintained by the 3 points, right?
Right, the time anchors.
Yeah, because I was also out of the last session during that mystery, so that's always been a little unclear to me. And then the mind thing was through the tree in the underground lab.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And if Kim and Miguel are indeed the same person, then probably they're somehow related.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it felt like they. I don't know how much you were talking about while I was gone. It felt like they swapped because the Miguel of 1980s, Mr. Hernandez Miguel, does not seem anything like 69 Miguel, even before going crazy and becoming old man Miguel.
Yes.
I mean, like entirely personality wise, and that would make sense if they swapped at some point in time.
Yeah.
In
Probably.
fact,
No.
they swapped right there in front of you.
Uh,
The Miguel at the end of that scenario is now Kim.
So does that mean that? Wait. So 19
oh no.
is 1980s Kim or is 1980s Kim?
69 Miguel.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that's the question I have now.
Right. So the question is, at what time did Kim's mind move?
Yes.
But here's the really scary implication of that. Kim was the nurse, which now means the nurse is definitely not somebody qualified to be a nurse.
She has a doctorate.
I mean, medicine is based on chemistry. Chemistry is based on physics. Physics is based on math. It's fine. You scale up and down.
There you go.
I thought 69 Miguel wasn't a teacher or anything. I forgot what he was. I thought he was just like a hand helping out at the camp.
Pretty
No, I
much.
don't
Yeah,
think he was a teacher in '69.
No, he was in his early 20s and was still, struggling with his English at that point. He didn't become a teacher. You can get all of this information, by the way, eventually going through his diaries at his house and a couple of newspaper articles. So I'll go ahead and give it to you because I presume that you're going to investigate all of this, on your own in the coming
Probably.
weeks.
I certainly
Probably
hope
the
so.
filler between adventures is
Right.
the way to investigate it.
So from his journals, you learn that he was in shortly after the events in '69. He was committed. His mind was just fractured,
Yeah. Wonder how.
and eventually his parents died. And when he was allowed to go to the funeral, he found that bicycle helmet amongst his belongings that had been returned to his parents.
Yeah.
When he put it on, it stabilized Kim's mind in his body. So from '69 until the '80s or the late '70s, Kim was insane in Miguel's body. At that point, Kim's mind stabilized and she was able to resume her work, realizing that something bad was happening. The question then just becomes, at what point is Kim's mind transferred? So how old is she at that point?
Yeah.
Because in the '80s, Kim, the camp director, is definitely still mad scientist-y.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And I'll take a look through the scenarios notes to see if there's anything else that you would have discovered.
Yeah.
And pass
Well,
that
that's
to you in
freaky too,
Discord.
because that means that she didn't actually have a fundamental ethical problem with what she was doing. It was just based on the consequences of the swap, it sounds like, right?
Plus, it does open up a very interesting question of forced time loops. That, like,
Mhm.
if you know something is going to happen in the future, how able are you to break it?
Yep.
Like, just like even if there was the ethical implication that she hated it and she didn't want to do it, she was still forced to do it to maintain the structural integrity of the universe.
Anybody interested in this kind of thing, Mark Young's analysis of Terminator is interesting.
Okay.
I think it's on his webpage somewhere. His temporal,
Is that MJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His temporal anomalies page. It's been a while since I read it, and I haven't read it if he's updated it after the more recent Terminator movies.
Mhm.
But his thesis about who is actually in control at the end of it all, because he subscribes to every time you make a change, it replaces the timeline. And so you've got to, yeah, it's kind of mind-bending. He's been thinking about that for decades. Thanks for listening. Music and sound effects by Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. Check them out at Sirenscape.com and find the full attribution list in the show notes. You can find more episodes of Quantum Childhood and the Geek at Arms podcast at geekatarms.com.